CalazCon is a show about war, obsession, colonialist occupation, and the many forms of violence those inflict. See the description for content warnings specific to this episode.
Our legislator is demanding we kill Tempestia.
We're part of the favor your friends owe you.
Topo, you son of a bitch.
Bank.
It takes a while before this hits. By which I mean, like, the massive laser.
I just, hit on the nitro, boost on over there, and dump all three of you directly on their face.
Hey, we need to hit a lot of small things quick, now!
Descending from the sky is the Noontide Squall, the mech of Tempestia.
Yeah.
So, that happens.
Yeah.
They are in the sky. They are not immediately within range. The reason why you couldn't sense them, Laren, is because they were, like, in the upper stratosphere. Like, they were so high up that they were not detectable with sensors. But they have some sort of, like, super, super long-range lock-on, which is how they'd locked onto you.
Gotcha. Oh, dang.
So they are, like, descending from the clouds. They are not yet in range, but clearly you are in range of them, right?
Okay.
But there is enough time here, because, again, this was just the desperate consequence. The consequence was just going from risky to desperate. There's enough time here for you all to, like, do stuff before they're going to be able to hit you. Make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. And Azari, you are here. What are you up to?
So I have a plan.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
As evidenced by the fact that I don't have any points in command, Azar is not a commanding kind of person. So I don't think would take on the point of trying to direct Belladonna or Bank.
Mm-hmm.
But what I am going to do is I have a piece of vehicle gear called Fine Optical Camo, which I used in the last game, which is like a cloaking device.
Okay.
My plan is to activate that cloaking device and burn as fast as I can across this stretch of area right here to attack the Screech Owl.
Totally.
The reason I'm doing this is because I also have a move called the Devil's Footsteps.
Uh-huh.
Which says when I push myself, I can choose one of the following in addition to normal benefits. Perform a feat of athletics that verges on the superhuman, or maneuver to confuse your enemies so they mistakenly attack each other. And I would like to try to goad them, the two of them in the sky, to attack the Screech Owl.
Totally. That's fascinating. Okay. Yes, I'm happy to let you do that. You are going to have to push yourself, because I believe that's part of the ability.
Yes, I do.
Okay. So mark 2 stress.
Is it a stress or is it quirks?
Push. That's a good point. Yeah. It'd be 1 quirk to push yourself because you're in a mech.
Okay. In which case, I'm using my quirk Last Ditch Flight Thrusters.
Sure.
And basically just like making myself into a bullet.
Oh my god.
And shooting across this to try to get over there quickly.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. I'm into this. This isn't a battle, I don't think. This sounds to me more like a manipulate?
Or maybe a maneuver?
I'll give you maneuver.
Manipulate is moving things with your vehicle, where maneuver is moving your vehicle, right?
Yeah, I think this could be a maneuver. I think that makes sense to me.
Sounds good to me.
So that's starting you off at 1 die, and then you're pushing yourself, but you're pushing yourself and just getting that benefit, so you still get the benefits of the push in addition to it.
Yeah, exactly.
So where are you going to put that? You're at Desperate Standard? No, you're Desperate Great right now.
Okay.
Wait,
why am I at Desperate Great?
I don't know if it's including it or not, but you do get still +1 effect from Warlord.
That's the +1 that I'm giving.
Oh, okay. Okay. I think I'll just take the extra die.
Totally.
Because I also have a move that allows me +1d to desperate action rolls.
Oh, cool. Okay, so that's 3 dice.
I don't want to take myself out of desperate.
So Desperate Great 3d6, it sounds like.
I think so, yeah.
Make sure to always mark XP when you roll a desperate action.
Yeah.
You got this.
Can I hear a devil's or a collateral die?
You can always hear a collateral die. Let me tick that clock one more again.
Oh man.
It's only a 3.
I know, but I don't know what it's for.
Isn't that funny?
I was going to say, I can jump in and help you out.
Yeah.
How are you helping out?
The hollow projector flickers, and now it looks like the Our Lady of Means is right where the Screech Owl is.
Nice.
Ooh, that's good.
And so they definitely want to shoot right down at the Screech Owl because I'm there.
Hey, Dorian, can you give me your Azara belief?
Yeah, Azara is hiding something from us.
So mark 1 stress. Dorian, Azara, take another die.
Right.
That's putting you at 4?
4 dice, yep.
Okay, 4 dice. Desperate Great.
Here we go. Big money, no whammies.
All you need is that 1/6.
All you need is the 1/6.
Yes, you got your 6. This totally works. Jesus.
Mysteriously effective.
So that's a 6. This was great effect. I think the Screech Owl is just dead.
Yeah.
Nice.
I think what happens here, I think that Sebriel's mech is called Midnight Calm.
Mm-hmm. Ooh.
That's good.
Uh-huh.
And the theming.
And Midnight Calm swoops down below Tempestia and makes a triangle with its hands. Again, very humanoid, right? And from the center of that triangle comes this, like, massive beam. Like Ten Shinhan doing the fucking tri-attack in Dragon Ball Z.
Oh, God.
And there's just, like, a hole in the ground when that's done. And don't worry, you didn't kill this civilian. That was a team kill. But they're dead all the same.
Oh, boy.
Yeah. But within the time that it took to do all of that, also, you should probably be, like, over here. I think everybody should be able to move their own mechs. These two have arrived.
Well, we had a big break.
You had a big break?
At least we don't gotta fight all 3 of them.
That's true. That's true. You know
we just
what?
have to fight the other 2.
We got rid of one problem before the others could get here. That's a huge break.
Mm-hmm.
We've traded 1 6-step clock for now. I believe how rivals work is 2 8-step clocks.
No, it was a 10-step clock, actually. It was pretty difficult to deal with. And don't worry, you're not going to get to directly attack their D8 rival clock. You think that it'd be that easy?
Oh my god.
These two are now hovering in the air above you. There is no appearance of thrusters. There is no appearance of, like, fire or jets. They are just hovering somewhat silently in the air above you. Over the comms, general comms channel, right, is Sebriel. Azara, is it right to say that, like, Sebriel's vibe is, like, perfectly put together, like, military man?
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
100%. Very, like, calm to the point of eeriness.
Right. And he says, enemy combatants of Jacob's Junker, you have been given one warning. Back away and let us retrieve the Screech Owl. If you do not comply, all of you will die.
Fuck you.
Yeah, fuck this guy.
Orders are to engage.
I have an idea of what Our Lady of Means does.
Okay.
In the meantime.
Please.
Is the cockpit still, like, somewhat, like, could it be salvaged in some way of the Screech Owl?
Yeah, definitely. It's unclear. Sorry, I should have made this 100% clear. It's not clear if Sycorax is dead right now. What's clear is that the drones all, like, fall to nothing. They're, like, on the ground. But this, like, weird orb cockpit is, like, embedded in the ground now because of the force of that laser blast, but it is not gone.
Kinda just want to steal the Screech Owl cockpit.
Yep.
We've come full circle.
Oh my god. I mean, you could try. You're in a desperate position. You are the closest to them. You and Like a Fox are the closest to them.
Oh yeah, I have I don't give a shit about this at all.
Listen, that's free salvage for us. We can get some free material.
Oh my god.
Gotta get the kill secure.
And it was floating, right?
It was floating. Yeah, it was floating.
Yeah. So maybe that's what the thing we were supposed to recover was. Oh no.
Yeah.
Getting that might not be a bad idea.
Well, let's start with Dorian.
Yeah.
Dorian, what are you up to here?
You know what? It's the name of the show. I can declare a directed energy weapon. Dorian sees the Midnight Calm floating in the air a bit and sees Tempestia floating right next to it. And the mobility suite, I imagine it's kind of like the Armored Core thing where it's just like a couple jets just pop open on the back. And Dorian dives towards the Midnight Calm and then immediately shifts target towards Tempestia and whips out the Beam Saber.
Okay, hold on real quick.
Yeah.
There's a thing that happens when you try to attack the Noontide Squall. This is just a mechanic. This is something I've already cleared with Austin Ramsey.
Okay.
This happens. Don't roll. You go to slice at the Noontide Squall, and the Noontide Squall shifts in the air so that your Beam Saber slides effortlessly past. I want to make clear here. It shifts in the air as if it saw the beam coming. It was so fast. It was like it had anticipated your actions.
Okay.
Laren, Mem pings you in your display, and she says, Laren, whatever that tech was that we got from Needs Must, I'm detecting something almost exactly like it from these two.
Fascinating.
Ma'am, I think Laren literally, just like over the past 5 seconds, has been seeing literally all of this that has been happening, from like the weird floating, the fact that these people came from basically out of orbit, and now this. He's literally just gonna flat out say, ma'am, are you sure these two are real? Like, are we fighting holograms?
Whatever it is that we're fighting, it has a system. I'm getting heat signatures in there. As far as I can tell, these are real. So let me explain what this means mechanically. Mechanically, attacks against the Noontide Squall that can be dodged start at no effect. I want to be clear here, that can be dodged. If you have a wide enough area of attack that it couldn't be physically dodged, then this doesn't count. And you can also, get various advances in terms of the effect so that you have an effect, right, with the roll. But you start at no effect, always.
Okay.
All right.
Now, that is not true for Midnight Calm. And I think that you can see that, like, when Our Lady of Means jumped up, Midnight Calm reacted like you would expect a Mech 2, which is like it started to lean backward. It didn't have this, like, supernatural movement like it saw you coming. I don't know if that changes what you want to do, Cole.
Well, my next thought is to basically overwhelmingly attack it to try to force it.
Sure.
As like a setup action, essentially.
Oh, sure, totally.
I can also throw a rack of missiles at it, which may count as an area effect.
I also have a rack of missiles or rockets.
Yeah. We can just load them up with those and see what happens.
Yeah. Not to steal the spot from Matt, but it sounds like we want to lead a group action.
Everybody dogpiler.
I like this idea. I'm not opposed to it just being a group barrage, basically.
I mean, I love the idea of literally Our Lady of Means walks up, takes one swipe, everything just stops for 2 seconds as everybody stares at this, and then the entire squad just goes in.
Everyone's just like, hell no!
All at once.
Okay. Yeah, so you can totally have this be a group action. Who is leading this group action?
That is a good question.
For leading a group action in mechs, do you expend quirks or do you expend...
No, it's stress. Yeah. It's always stress.
I would love to lead this group action.
I've got 2 dots in bombard. If we want to make it that, we need that, but everyone else needs to get on it too.
I don't think I have a weapon that can bombard. I have a melee weapon.
Yeah, I'm also a melee weapon. Currently, I could switch to a machine gun, but melee weapon.
I would not be able to get away with using command, would I?
No, you do not have. I believe that there's some sort of ability somewhere that would let you do something like that. But no.
Yeah. Okay.
So I think you could do this as a group bombard, right? With those of you who have bombard and can like fictionally bombard, I'd be fine with that. And I think that would cancel this out to allow you to attack the mech, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I have a question about Bender's luck then.
Uh-huh.
Because I have 0 in bombard, I would have to roll 2d6. Could I spend beginner's luck, and then that would at least count as a success?
Sure.
I might say that, but just in case. If no one else gets a success, I at least have a way to get one.
Is that before or after the roll?
So notably, to be able to bombard, you would have to you'd have to make sure that you mark a weapon that could bombard, right?
Yeah, so to bombard is to use vehicular weapons designed to attack targets beyond human sight. You might designate long-range missiles. You might shoot a railgun through a skyscraper at an enemy. You could use saturation bombardment, but destroy might be better.
Yeah.
Honestly, it does sound a little bit like we're trying to destroy as well, too.
I think it's a bombard. I'd let you destroy, but then if you're destroying, then the people who are not in Our Lady of Means and Like a Fox would also be hitting Our Lady of Means and Like a Fox, which is fine if you want to do that.
Flesh is cheap, save the metal.
But notably, it does have to be all one. It's all the same vehicle action, right? So it's either all destroy or all bombard or all battle.
I mean, or we could just make separate attacks and
see
if that works. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just going to unleash my missiles on her then. Pop those up and bombard.
Okay.
I can lead a group action to battle if folks are battling. If anyone's battling with me.
Only you and Like a Fox are in range to battle.
Yeah.
And just to be totally clear, I am not going after Tempest.
That's fair. I am on my own. That's fine.
So this could be a group action with Laren and Dorian battling. That could work.
Yeah, Laren, what are you up to once you know this info?
I've got a couple of options. One, battling, because I do like the idea of all of us springing into action at once. I do just still love that image. I could be trying to command our helpers.
They're gonna do some stuff. Don't worry.
Okay. And then my other thought was potentially trying another interface roll to see if we can hack into the mech and just turn that off.
Sure. All of these are worth trying, but I think we need to get moving. Somebody needs to roll some dice.
Sure. Okay, well, you know what? I like the image of all of us jumping in, so I will join Dorian in the battle.
Okay, so I think this is Dorian, and I think this is Laren in your mechs, Our Lady of Means, and Hummingbird trying to hit Tempestia. I don't think this is enough to give you standard or great, right? But with two of you there, it is harder to dodge, so I think I'm going to start you at limited. You're starting at desperate limited.
Okay. And what's a collateral die I can get?
Collateral die? I think there's a couple things we could do here. You have this fancy mech, this fancy Beam Saber, yeah?
Yeah.
I think that this Beam Saber directed energy weapon gets damaged in this attack, and you're not going to be able to use it again.
I'm down for that.
Okay.
And then you said desperate limited.
That's where you're starting at. But there's various ways you can increase that.
So Warlord would push us up one.
Yeah, that's true.
Unless that's already, unless that's what's giving us.
No, the scale is giving you limited. So scale is giving you limited. Warlord would give you standard. So that'll be desperate, standard, group action right now.
Alternatively, I could be popping my spark.
Okay.
Or actually, maybe it wouldn't work this way, because Dorian is the one leading this action, but I do have Bright Idea. You may spend your spark to have great effect regardless of factors when making a vehicle action roll.
I'd let you use that.
Yeah.
Particularly if two are coordinating. I like the anime vision of like you two coordinating an attack.
Yeah, alright, I'll use it.
Okay,
Right.
Desperate, great group action. Dorian's leading it.
Do I want to spend my last quirk?
If you spend your last quirk, the mech is done. Like, you're going to be kicked out of this mech. You can pull
Gotcha.
the escape hatch or whatever, but, like, you cannot move the mech anymore.
Ooh.
Yep. That's your mech's HP, baby.
Yeah. Though it would be fun to land on someone else's mech.
You do not want to land on Tempestia's mech.
I don't.
Either one of these, honestly.
Titanfall vibes intensify. Dorian's just gonna jump out of the mech and get goosed immediately. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna sit on my 2 die, and since this is great effect, yeah, I'm not gonna push this any further. I think I'm just gonna roll with what I got, but I am taking that collateral die, so I'm gonna go ahead and mark an XP.
Okie dokie. And mark an XP, both of you, for rolling in Desperate.
Yeah. Alright, I'm rolling. I'm spending my spark.
And what's spending your spark let you do?
Yeah, so when you... Beginner's Luck, when you get a 4+ result on a roll, you can remove the highest die to refresh your spark. Spend your spark to change your die result into a 4.
Right. Okay. So that means that rather than a 3 or a 1, you got a 4 there. And then, Laren, let's get your roll as well.
I think I am actually going to push myself, which I think costs 2 stress, correct?
You're in a vehicle. Pushing yourself costs a quirk.
Oh, it would cost a quirk. That is true. We're already doing our weird, like, tag team flanker thing going on here. I'm going to use the 6 degree of freedom flight suite, because I only got to burn 1 quirk, right?
Correct.
I'm going to hold off on burning my spark until I know the captain's roll. I forgot we were doing a group action for a second.
So that is going to give me a 2nd die for this, and hopefully that is enough.
Hummingbird, give me that.
Exact same thing. Okay.
So, Spark's getting burnt. What are the comms like as you two are like attempting to hack at the Noontide Squall?
I think it's like with Sabriel coming down and giving us an order, there is a message that pops up, and I think Memo probably sends it to you, that's just from Dorian that says, Mariner, orders? ? Just a quick little text.
Orders are to engage.
And that's when like the whole mobility suite pops out, the Beam Saber flies out from underneath the shield on the arm of the Balisong. And there's that first miss. And a loud fuck from Dorian.
And then at this moment, I think the Hummingbird swoops in, like using the 6 degree of freedom suite, like practically sideways. Onto the other flank of Tempestia. Like, Laren is trying to nothing personnel this mech, and it is not working.
I mean, that's the thing, it is working, right? Like, I respect the fiction. She's not no-selling this, right? So we're gonna add a new D8. This is the rival. This is the rival clock. No cap, as they say, for Tempestia. And we're gonna go ahead and mark that 3, because you did have a great success there. Right? 3 out of 8.
That is true. But yeah, I think after that point, Laren is mostly using his vessel as just like a body in the way to box Tempestia in that Dorian can keep going at her.
Totally, that makes sense. You're boxing in the Noontide Squall, and you are doing damage. What is the Hummingbird's like weapon for like battling?
So, it's not the most ideal for this circumstance. Effectively, the Hummingbird has a giant lance on its nose. For which is its namesake.
Perfect.
This thing is normal. This is kind of why it's mostly just here trying to body block. But, like, mostly the idea behind this thing is, like, it's got a giant spike on the front, and it swoops by on like on a flyby attack, going crazy fast, and the top of the mech is just missing when it's gone.
Perfect. So you're slicing at and striking at the Noontide Squall, and you're leaving like long lines into the metal, right? Scratches along it. You like get into the joints at one point, and like you're doing some real hits here. And then again, just over that general comm channel, you just hear this sort of older woman's voice, and she says, "Good effort." And then there's just like a sudden jolt as springing out from the Noontide Squall, which again sort of has does not look like a giant raven, but it feels like a giant raven. And part of it feeling like a giant raven is these like Gundam wing feather wings, right? Like big metal feathers.
Nice, yeah.
And two of those detach from the wings and stab into both of you. Take the level 3 damage, impaled. You can resist this, of course.
I regret to inform everyone I cannot. I do not have
I
quirks.
also cannot.
Oh my God.
Unless I want to break the mech.
Great news. A level 3 damage means you cannot take actions unless someone helps you. Now, this is not entirely true. Those of you who still have vehicle gear slots left, you could mark armor, right?
True.
I don't know if either of you have the space for it. I don't think you do.
I do not.
Well, then unfortunately for both of you, both of your mechs have been completely neutralized.
Well,
Hey Topo, we might need to get a new squad.
I've still got rockets that are launching, so I'm
Yeah, let's so again, you could still take actions, but you would need help, right? Like they have stabbed these metal feathers have stabbed you through vital components of your mech. In fact, I think that like for both of you, this giant metal feather is going partially through the cockpit. So you can see it.
oh, jeez.
Let's jump quickly to Azara and Like a Fox, and then to Topo. Maybe both of them together if you two are doing a thing.
Well, yeah, I mean, I'm thinking about this. So, like, if I do resist, the worst thing that happens is I get breakdown, right? Which
correct. Which worsens.
Arguably might be better than a level 3 harm.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, true.
It'll be easier to recover from, at the very least.
Yeah, let's talk
After
through
the
this.
fact.
Yeah, so vehicles, on the other hand, don't roll dice when resisting a consequence. A vehicle exhausts 4 quirks minus the chosen attribute rating to a minimum of 1, even if a special ability would reach it further, after paying any resistant costs, etc., etc., etc. So when a vehicle exhausts all of its quirks, 4 quirks in most cases, the pilots can either send the vehicle limping home quietly or push it past its limits. If the pilot chooses to send their vehicle away, it refreshes all quirks, is removed from the scene and mission in a terrible state, and gains a breakdown tick. The pilot does not have to leave the scene or mission. The vehicle becomes available again at an appropriate time, presumably after it has been refueled and polished. If the pilot pushed their vehicle past its limits, they take a dire action. The pilot can ignore the vehicle's current damage penalties for a single action. It cannot exhaust quirks to take this action, nor can it resist consequences. Stress can be used as normal. If it gets a 6 on the dire action, it can take another vehicle action, potentially allowing for several successful actions. If the pilot gets less than a 6 or chooses to stop taking actions, that's it for them. On a result of less than 6, they suffer consequences as normal. So, you all could choose to resist this and drop the level 3 damage to a level 2 damage. But if you did, your 2 options would be either to eject and send your vehicles home, back to the pizza base, or to start taking dire actions.
And once the dire actions are over, we're out of the scene, correct?
Well, your vehicles are.
But the pilot's still okay.
Yes.
Also, I'm now reading the paragraph right after that says, after taking its last action, or if the scene ends, the vehicle receives an appropriate level 3 damage, is removed from the scene and mission, and gains a breakdown tick.
So this is not even going to necessarily accomplish what I want it to.
Yes. So, if you wanted to stay in the scene, my suggestion would be to just stay as you are, take this level 3 damage, right?
Yeah, I think that makes the most sense.
And then you can still do stuff, you just need to have help to do stuff.
Okay, yeah, we'll stick with that then.
I do have the drive do something foolish as a rookie. I will be taking dire actions.
Oh my god. Okay, well...
Listen, there's another perfectly good mech on the floor while floating in the air right there.
Oh my god. Okay, well, Mark, your last quirk. What was your last quirk?
So my last quirk is beginner friendly.
Uh-huh. And how do you burn that to reduce impaled to the level 2 damage dented?
There is an automated process just from the battle song of just a real quick incoming fatal strike, activating dodge, and the shield just like rolls up and pops over it immediately, but like knocks that right arm that has the shield to the point that's essentially useless.
Incredible. Okay, we're going to get back to you in your dire action in a second, but let's actually jump to Azara or Tobo.
Again, Azara not thinking super clearly here, filled with anger and righteous rage. I don't know what the scale is here, but I suspect I'm a lot smaller than...
You are. You are smaller.
My AV is a lot smaller. So I think in that case, I'm going to do a little like Achilles heel cut. So like try to like slice the midnight columns, cut off one of the legs or try to.
Sure. That makes a lot of sense. This is going to be a battle, it sounds like?
Yeah, that sounds right.
Because of the difference in scale, you're going to start at limited. So you're going to be at desperate limited to start here.
Okay. I think, so one of my quirks, I'm not going to burn a quirk, although I haven't made that decision quite yet, but one of my quirks is, my mech has like hidden claws, like Wolverine claws almost. And I'm wondering if I could declare a melee weapon or two and basically like hit a button on my mech that makes the claws longer.
Okay.
And sturdier.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, okay. I think that's just more sort of like narratively of like,
sure.
I'm not right up in its business. I'm a little farther away. Oh, we've just burned a lot of quirks here so far.
Yep.
Do you have a collateral die for me?
Oh, of course I have a collateral die. Let me mark this clock one more time.
Oh, man.
It's just before.
That is true, and I wouldn't be responsible for it completely filling up.
True, you wouldn't be responsible.
Just for 2 of it filling up, if I'm remembering correctly. Yeah, let's do that.
Okay. So, no, it's just one. Just one. Yeah, just one. It's going to be 4. That's fine.
No, but I'm saying earlier I did something that filled it up 1.
Yeah. That's fine. Okay, so that's are you using that for effect or for dice?
Effect.
Okay.
Does Laren's Warlord have an effect here too?
So you're 2 steps below in terms of scale.
Oh, sure.
So you started at no effect. The Warlord gave you limited, and now you just moved it up to standard.
And now I just moved it to standard.
Yep.
Okay, that's fine. I'm going to stay at desperate because I love this. I love this daredevil move. I get plus 1d to that roll.
Yep. Desperate standard 2d6, please. Okay. So that's a 4. Go ahead and you get to mark take your belief, your rival clock, and write a new belief. And you do hit, right? So this is a D8 rival clock. Gonna get a new one of these on the table. Gonna go ahead and mark that twice for your success. Now there is a desperate consequence here.
Sure is.
And I'm going to split that consequence.
Okay.
So the first thing I'm going to do is I am going to use this to tick this clock that I have not revealed what it does yet to 5 out of 6. Boy. And then you're going to take a level 2 damage. You tried to like Achilles tendon or like cut off the knee or something?
Yeah, like go try to sort of knock him off angle a little bit.
Totally. So you do that. You like slice through it. I think you actually you do leave a big gash in the leg of this thing, right? And then this mech turns, right? This giant midnight calm angelic mech, and it just grabs you, right? Okay. And it just crushes you. Take the level 2 damage, crushed.
Okay. See, I would resist this, but my daredevil reaping sowing here that I get a plus 1d to my roll for desperate actions, but I take minus 1d to any resistance rolls or exhaust an additional quirk.
Yeah.
The consequences of my actions. I'm just going to take that damage. Just crushed.
Okay. Level 2. It's not too bad.
Christ. I mean, it's not good.
No, it's not great. Topo, what are you up to?
Missile time.
Missile time, finally.
Pop up that rack of bunch of missiles and just spray her. Put him down. Put him down.
Yeah, so I think that Leica Fox is now being like held over on this side of the giant angel mech.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that you're shooting and also the brace is shooting. And also Bank is running forwards.
Nice.
We'll see what
Friends, come
happens.
help.
Yeah, so,
What's happening there in a second?
woohoo.
This is defo a bombard for sure.
It sure is, yeah.
And this is your fine heavy cannon again, or is it something else?
Oh, no, this is my missile rack. Yeah. If I can use the heavy cannon and hit her, that'd be great. But I was shooting the missiles so I can get a spread so she can't dodge them.
Yeah, the spread is going to be necessary, right?
Yeah, okay. That's
so that
the missiles, yeah.
Avoid this issue. Okay.
Yeah.
You still have a difference in scale, so you don't get to the great, but you're at standard here. So you're at desperate, standard, bombard, which starts at 2 dice for you.
Let's.
As a reminder, y'all can help each other, and helping each other is
I was going to
stress.
ask, can I help here?
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
How do you help?
If my AV is being held up in the air, I kind of want to use boost thrusters and try to wiggle, make it a little uncomfortable to hold me to kind of again throw them off balance.
Totally, that makes sense. So you have 2 beliefs with Topo now.
I sure do.
Can you give me them both real quick?
Yeah. My first belief is that Topo and I are both outsiders. They've got my back. And my second belief is Topo is focused on the moment. They can ground me in the present.
Do we see that here? Do we see Topo radio in to Mark? You were joking about put him down, but
Yeah.
Oh no, I was not joking.
Okay, perfect, awesome. Okay, so mark 2 stress, and then Topo gains 2 benefits there.
Yeah.
How are you using those? You're at desperate, you're at standard, and you're at 2 dice right now.
I think I'll take it to great and 3 dice.
Okay, desperate, great, 3 dice. Let's go.
All right. There we go.
Let's go.
Boom.
That's the crit.
Boom.
Okay.
There we go. And I mark XP, right?
Oh
Of course you mark
God.
XP. It was desperate.
Yeah.
Delightful.
Desperate.
Okay.
Love it.
So, 3 good things happen at once. Or depending on what you mean by good, I guess. So, you get 5 ticks on this clock. So, it's at 7 out of 8 for this guy.
Nice.
Great. Yeah, perfect. You're sorry, were you hitting Tempestia? I forgot. Oh, you were
Tempestia, yeah.
Oh, wait, you were going for Tempestia, not right. Okay, my bad.
Oh, if the other ones hold, so yeah, I was shooting for Tempestia, but if he is being held by the statue guy, then it might make more sense to hit him.
It's up to you, totally up to you. Which would you rather do?
I would rather do Tempestia.
Totally, of course.
That's fine.
Yeah, get her.
That's still distracting, right? You're still distracted in the hands.
Yeah.
So this is actually going to complete this rival clock.
Ooh.
So there's a question here about what happens. And we'll get to that in just a second. I'll just tell you, there's no... Tempestia is not dead, no matter what you do here. You could blow up this mech.
Yeah, we do not have the drive clocks for that.
Yeah. Tempestia is not dead. Don't worry about that. But you all can tell me what you think this is in a second. Let me know if you have pitches. But part of the reason why this goes so well is that, again, this brace is coming in and shooting. Bank is running up to be next to you, Dorian. And as you all anticipated, Bank begins to grow as he runs.
Let's go.
Nice.
And it is a terrifying figure that emerges out of Bank's body. It is this massive sort of skeletal creature.
Oh my God.
Yes.
This is work by Cy Sweetman, who I commissioned them a while back at this point for my own Beam Saber campaign. And I got the okay from Cy to use this here. This is the Berserker.
Oh, yeah.
Bank's Berserker form. And that starts tearing into Tempestia from below.
Azara being crushed to death. It's that's sick as hell.
Yeah, no, I do love it how Dorian and Laren are over here, both about to suicide into the Noontide Squall, and along comes everybody else and just instantly takes it out.
Dorian is like panicking and like mashing buttons, and then like one monitor that flickered out flickers on. All they see is that thing, and all you hear in the comms is screaming.
So that all happens, and I think that this is a good enough success that what I'm going to do here is you're no longer in a desperate situation. Again, unless you want to, you can always exchange position for effect. You are now back in a risky situation. So this went pretty well. Does anybody have a pitch about what happens here in terms of the mech? I have one pitch, but I want to be fan of the players. I want to hear if any of y'all have like a good vision for what happens here.
I mean, besides just getting blown to hell, I don't have specifics.
I think it's just like, it's the overwhelming amount of fire, and Tempestia like drops down just enough to where Bank reaches up, grabs it by the foot,
nice,
brings it down, reaches towards the face of the mech, just tears back, and then just like takes the head of the mech and slams it hard into the ground where there's like a large imprint.
Nice.
That's my pitch.
No, I think that's great.
I love it.
So that happens. The mech is being torn apart by this berserker form of Bank. And then the mech is being torn apart by this berserker form of Bank. It's too easy. The mech is being taken apart like it was meant to be taken apart. Like it was several individual sections that had been broken apart. I never said Tempestia was here. The Noontide Squall was here. Tempestia was piloting this thing remotely.
Jesus.
When Berserker finishes opening this thing up, there is no cockpit inside it. But Sebriel's here. I mentioned Sebriel's here. Sebriel is legitimately here.
Run, little boy.
He. I think at this point, what happens here? Oh, actually, Laren, you should have also marked your rival clock with Tempestia because you did damage. Take that out. That Noontide Squall is done. Midnight Calm. I haven't used any of my rival moves. I just want to be clear. I haven't used a single rival move yet. And y'all are
already
this
in
fucked
this
up.
state.
Yeah, so I think that upon seeing that happen, and upon seeing this like sphere is still there, what Midnight Calm does, it's like you can see the serene angelic face like thinking through this, right? It's like you can see the math going over its head, around its head. And what it does is it throws like a fox. So it throws like a fox at Homer to like block the barrage coming from you for a second. This is going to be the level 2 damage to both of you, because I'm going to use 2 rival moves for this. This will be the level 2 damage shaken, I think. Or that's not enough. I think battered. Battered sounds good. Then with the 3rd rival move, Midnight Calm is going to grab the sphere. And then with the 4th rival move,
Jesus Christ,
Sebriel's going to run away.
He better.
I would like to...
Can I resist?
Yes, yes. You can resist. In fact, you can resist all 4 of those. If anybody wants to like be like, no, leave that sphere here, please.
I would like them to leave the sphere.
I would as well.
Yeah, so let's take these one at a time.
I think we would all like to have the orb.
Who's resisting what and how? That's what I need to hear.
I would like to resist some damage.
Sure, that makes sense. How are you resisting this damage?
Low profile. I think when he throws, I'm able to just like flatten myself behind those barricades there, or trucks or whatever they are. And yeah, so I can burn that one to.
Let's see. So this would be, I believe this would be acuity or expertise. Expertise. So that would be one quirk. Or sorry, that is.
It'd be 3 quirks.
Yeah, sorry, buddy. That would be 3 quirks.
Oh, then I don't think
resisting in a vehicle is hard.
Yeah, I will take that damage then.
Yeah, level 2 damage. What did I settle on?
Battered.
Thank you. Yes.
Yeah.
You all can extend your vehicles to have extra quirks. That is a thing you can do.
Nice.
But there are 2 other things that could be resisted here.
I would like to pin him down so he can't grab the... Like, he goes for the orb, but just like, I pop off with my heavy cannon. He can't get close to it.
Only one person resist each
Only one
consequence?
person needs to resist for it to not happen.
If you want to resist or someone
I guess
else...
technically you can't fail. It's just how badly are you hurt for doing it.
Yeah.
Right. So, for example, Topo still has 3 quirks available. Yep. And I think that this bombarding to stop Midnight Calm from taking the sphere, that would just be acuity. So it would only take 2 quirks to stop it.
Okay, cool. Let's do experimental articulation. And I'll do the low profile, so I can kind of like my legs kind of bend backwards, and I can kind of like flatten myself a little bit and like scuttle around and pop, 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 and scuttle around and pop, pop, pop.
Nice, like that weird wolf mech scuttling. So the Midnight Calm raises a hand again, expressionless, angelic face to like stop the rain of bullets or rain of missiles or whatever, right? And like backs off from the sphere, still turning to leave. Does anybody stop this thing from leaving?
Oh, So, okay, I can't resist with a vehicle action, but I can resist with pilot action. Right?
Yeah.
Sure. if you can tell me how you as pilot scale can stop this.
Oh, I want to goad him, which I know is given what we said kind of doesn't make sense because he's really like calm. But right. I'm almost sort of I'm looking at resistance. And, I kind of want to goad him into like at least considering it.
Sure. Yeah, no, I think that's a perfectly valid thing you could do. What do you say?
I think I would say something to the effect of like, "You're a fucking coward."
Ooh, good. Like that. Okay, well, let's see how this resist does ya, huh?
Oh, boy.
This, to me, definitely sounds like a resolve, which means you have 1 dice.
Yeah. Resist consequences from mental fortitude or stubbornness.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I guess this is mental fortitude. Okay.
It's not prowess. You could pitch me on insight, but what I think this is you just being stubborn about this, right?
Yeah, I'm not... I think it would be insight if I was... if I had a more level head here, but I don't.
Totally. Yeah.
I'm playing true to the fiction, which is him just like trying to call him a coward and hoping that will work.
Right. Okay.
With resolve.
Yeah, give me the resolve resist.
I was going to say, can I help out in some way? Or to kind of...
No, not for a resistance roll, no.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, no, I'd really like to be, like doing something in the fiction, but 1 person per resistance.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's how it works. Sorry.
All good.
All right. So 6, it's just 1 dice.
Just 1 dice. That's 4 stress.
All right. That's all right. I only have 3.
Yeah, that's fine. You're totally fine.
Yeah.
You should totally push yourself on the next thing so that you can get a scar.
Just get a scar.
Yeah.
Hey, don't tempt me with a good time.
Sebriel turns back and starts again, sort of like, while Berserker is still ripping into this empty mech that his boss was piloting, starts slowly hovering towards the 2 of you that he, like, slammed into one another, right? I think at this point, this civilian is, like, over here, this civilian is, like, over here, they've gotten out of the way in this, completely ignoring the Brace, who is, like, continuing to, like, lay down covering fires, just completely no-selling that, as he, like, floats serenely towards the 2 of you.
Oh, that's so creepy.
The orb is right in front of me, right?
That's correct.
Grab it and run.
Basically.
Yeah.
I'll cover you.
I'd be happy to have you grab and run.
Yeah.
This is your dire action, yeah?
This is my dire action. I do have 1 maneuver. My mobility suite is still technically active. And the hummingbird is up above me.
Yep. But, I think you just can't get any extra die with dire actions.
No, I don't think so either. So I have to roll a 6.
Yeah, I think this is risky standard.
Oh, Christ.
1 die, hope you roll a 6.
I'm going to ask for another collateral die that's not ticking the clock.
Oh, really? You don't want to check the clock?
I would like to not tick the clock because I think I know what it might be.
Weird. I don't know why you would say that. Yeah, hold on. So let's see here. I'm just double checking the dire action rules here. They cannot spend stress on this action, nor can they make resistant rolls since their stress is maxed out, though it wouldn't actually be quirks. They can get a 6 on their dire action. They can take another dire action when they next act. Okay, all right. So yeah, you could push yourself. And this says you cannot spend stress, but your stress is actually fine. So I think you could push yourself, and you could get a collateral die, and you could get help on this, right?
Yeah.
I think you could do all of those. I would let you do all of those because this is written as if it's because you're at max stress, but you're not. You're just at max quirks gonzo.
Yeah, but I'm not going to argue that. I need to spend my stress.
Yeah, spend your stress. Yeah. You got it. So the collateral die in this case is you're going to get a call from your moms.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, good God.
I will happily take that one. I'm going to go ahead and mark XP. For those keeping track at home, I have taken collateral die 4 times so far. Because I get 4 XP. I get 1 XP for every time I take a collateral.
Oh. And are you going to push yourself, and is anybody going to help you?
Absolutely.
Oh, you can't push yourself, sorry, because you're in a vehicle.
Yeah,
right?
that's what... the part I was like, I don't want to say anything in case I'm wrong.
No. You're right. You would have had to push yourself with a quirk. You're out of quirks. I think your poor Our Lady of Means is like literally like sparking and like swaying like it can't stay up. Things are bad. But Laren, if you can tell me how, you could help.
Oh boy. I would absolutely be happy to help.
Mm-hmm. How are you doing that?
That is a good question, because I knew how I was going to help with Tempestia. I don't know how I'm going to help Our Lady of Means play football.
Could this be you using, I think the hummingbird is grounded, but Mem probably still has sensors.
Yeah.
And so what you could do is you could direct... Actually, no, it's not grounded, because you could still do stuff with help. So it's like you're barely in the air. So you have a slightly different perspective. So maybe you can say, hey, where to run once you grab this thing, for example.
I mean, as the person already doing the helping, are we kind of doing a 3-legged race thing where we're just hobbling along and supporting each other?
There we
so
go.
Good.
That's what it is. Can you quickly give me your 2 beliefs about Dorian Branch?
So, my 2 beliefs are Dorian's a good kid and a better recruit, but he'll crack if I push him too hard, and Dorian would thrive in a more honest unit.
All right. Take 2 stress. Dorian, assumably you're taking those as die, I would guess.
Yes, I'm taking those as maneuver die.
Okay. Dire action. Give me your risky standard.
So 1 extra die, and then do you want to give me improved effect as well?
Sure, you could do that.
That basically changes me from... I'm debating on if I want to go Desperate Great just for the XP. Because...
You could do that. You're at risky standard right now, and you just got a collateral die, you just got 2 help die, or 2 helps there. Right?
Yeah.
So if you went all in on dice, it would be Desperate Great 4d6.
I would love that.
Okay, Desperate Great 46, let's go.
Nice.
I fucking love that idea so much. I love high dice, high risk, high reward, and I got 1 6.
Go.
This is what we need, baby.
The 3 of you stumble your way as the last remaining threat here is distracted by Azara's provocation. And you get this weird sphere cockpit, whatever this is, out of here. You 3 are out of the scene. You can no longer help with this last little bit of whatever's about to happen.
Oh yeah, what does it look like as I grab the ball and try to go home with the ball?
You totally can, and here's the thing. Those weird mirror shard drones, they follow you.
Yeah.
You're getting the remaining still active body of the Screech Owl with you as you're taking this away.
Have my mom call me at any time.
Yeah, well, your mom's... I think that, you're focused so much on, keeping this sphere afloat or, up. Grasp it with your broken mech that, you don't even notice when you accept the call. and you just get a Dorian? Dorian, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Kinda busy at the moment.
It sounds like, are you okay? Are you safe?
Yeah, no, it's a live roleplay session. They're just doing some, there's just like a demonstration going on nearby. Nothing serious.
Life supply, at minimum.
Dorian, did you get the package?
Yeah, one second. But yeah.
Is now not a good time to call?
Yeah, I should have sent y'all a message. I'm gonna be busy working a little bit longer. They wanted us to just be extra observant on this shift.
There's a snap, a loud snap, as like a panel that was barely holding itself together just snaps open, and like all these live wires come out and sparks fall into Dorian's face.
Ah, fuck. Mom, I'm gonna have to call you back.
Oh, okay. Oh, I love you.
Love you too. I promise everything's fine.
Fuck.
So I think it's fair to say that they are suspicious.
Yeah. A little bit.
All right. The three of you are out of the scene. The three meaning the hummingbird, Our Lady of Means, and this weird sphere, which is slowly trailing behind it the mirror shard drones that are still working of the Screech Owl. So you have functionally gotten this whole mech.
We're 2 for 2 for AV kidnapping.
Yeah, you're doing great. Berserker is still berserking, thus the name. The brace does not seem particularly effective against Midnight Calm. Midnight Calm is slowly approaching the two of you after Azara's provocation. What do you do?
Azara, what's your plan here?
I mean, honestly, my plan was to distract him long enough for us to get the orb, and now we've got it.
All right.
I think I would
mission accomplished. Let's GTFO.
I think I would open comms, open general comms. I'd say something like, I'd project out to Sebriel like, "Oh, looks like you lost there, fella."
Oh my god.
I mean, look around.
Do we have comms with Bank at all? Or is he just like doing his thing?
No, Bank is gone right now. Once Bank is, I mean, tell me if this is wrong, but I think Topo is used to Bank kind of like losing himself in a fight.
Yeah.
And unsurprisingly, that got worse when he became transformed.
Huh, weird.
The brace is still on calm, so like the weaponry that the brace has does not seem to be effective against this thing, but the brace is still a big mech and could just like do something if asked to. This is Belladonna Rosebloom. She does care about, making sure Azara survives here.
Yeah.
Oh, can I? While I'm doing this provocation to Sebriel, can I DM her separately?
Totally. What do you DM her?
Can you create a distraction so we can get out of here?
Yeah, sure.
Or like pop some smoke or something.
Yeah.
Over the general comms again, Sebriel says, "I acknowledge that your plunky junkers won this battle, but we will win the war. Make no mistake."
Good luck with that.
And he raises a hand, and the hand extends into a beam, which begins the process of slicing down towards the two of you. At the same moment, Belladonna's brace pops smoke. This is giving you two a moment here to do like a group maneuver or something to get out of here.
Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah, let's get out of here.
I got a dot maneuver. What do you have here?
I also have a dot maneuver.
Oh, let's do that then.
This makes sense to me. Who's leading this?
I
think fictionally, this doesn't make sense at all mechanically, but I think fictionally it should be Azara.
Yeah, cool. I agree.
Yeah.
Let's not fail because I have 7 stress.
Yeah, but this makes it interesting.
Yeah.
This is what we play games for, right?
Right. Okay, so right now you are at risky standard. It would have been desperate because of the beam coming down to kill you, but the smoke is helping.
Mm-hmm.
So you're at risky standard. You only need a standard success to get out here, right?
Okay.
And you both have 1 die to start with right now. You are in vehicles, which means you would have to use quirks to push yourself.
But you cannot do that.
And you can't help each other during this because it's that situation. But I would let you give a collateral die. Or I would give you one or both of you a collateral die.
I'm open to hearing a collateral.
Yeah, sure. Even if the two of you get away, Belladonna's brace is done for. I'm not going to kill Belladonna, but Belladonna's brace is done for.
If I have any say in it, I say no. But if that's
this is Topo's though.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't think Topo would care about her brace.
Yeah,
let's go.
Totally fair.
Yeah, I think I'm for the team, not her.
That's fair.
Okay,
we got a job to do.
Okay, so that's 1 die for Topo. Azar, would you like to hear a collateral die?
I mean, sure.
Sebriel's going to know who you are after this.
Ooh. I think I kind of want that. That kind of accomplishes my goal a little bit here.
Uh-huh. Now, I want to make clear here, he's going to know who you are. He's going to know that you are Azara. He is not going to know that Azara is part of Pizza. But if he learns that second piece, you lose this mission.
Right.
Okay.
Make sense?
Yeah. Oh, man. That is really tempting, though. I love some juicy drama. How does the rest of the squad feel about that? I don't want to do something selfish and put the rest of us in danger if we're all not on board with that.
I would say to everybody else, if you're worried about this, even if as a consequence I say, okay, he's learned that Azara is now part of Pizza, therefore you lose the mission, that would still be resistible, right?
Okay.
Everybody chill?
Yeah. I mean, even if the worst comes to happen, it's only an in-character consequence. It's fine.
Yeah, true. All right, let's do it.
What are they going to do? Cancel us?
We're uncancelable.
Austin, please don't.
I'm also going to burn a quirk to give myself an extra die here.
Totally.
And the quirk I'm burning is my custom OS because my mech was from when I worked at Jacob's Junkers, so I think this is a maneuver that Belladonna and I have done before.
Totally. That makes sense. Okay. Give me your rolls, please. Risky standard. 2 dice for Topo / Homer. 3 dice for Like a Fox / Azara. So that's 5 at least for this one.
There's a 4.
Nice.
And that's a 4. So you do it. You escape. Right? The two of you use the smoke to your advantage. You back away. You're all good, right?
Yep.
Azara, what is it that you say that means that either right now in this moment, Sebriel knows who you are, or later looking it over back, Sebriel is going to look into you and figure out who you are?
Good question. My immediate suggestion for how he would know something that happens in the moment that would make him look into this later on.
Yeah.
Is I think Azara can't help but as we're leaving take an extra pot shot and say something like that was for Themis, which is the planet I'm from.
Ooh, yeah. That's good.
And I think later on he would be like, Themis.
Yeah, I'm very into that. I think that's great. Okay, so that works out perfectly well. There is a risky consequence here, right? And so what happens here is he turns back, and this is just the collateral die. Topo, we get the shot of Topo seeing this and them turning away, like turning to still run, right? As he takes that beam that he was going to use to take out the two of you and instead slices all the way through the brace. The brace is bisected. And Belladonna pulls the ripcord or hits the eject button or whatever and like shoots out. And you were talking about goosing a second ago?
Yeah.
Oh boy.
This is resistible. But what he does is he reaches out and just catches her as she ejects.
Oh.
And we don't need to zoom in on what happens here, but Belladonna will die unless you resist this.
The scene. Fuck.
How would I is this resisting with vehicle actions or quirks or stress?
If you can tell me how you as a player, as you as a pilot, could resist this, I would let you with stress. Because I think that's interesting, particularly from you in this moment.
Oh.
But I think Topo can't resist this because Topo
I don't think he would either. Casualty.
Yeah, they would not.
Man. I can't resist with quirks. I only have one quirk left. And so I'm thinking I don't want to do another resolve resist because I only have one. But I'm almost thinking about, again, sort of getting a sort of flashback to when not flashback mechanically, but like a flashback of Azara and Belladonna like working together and them having like a special like code word or something. And I think I would try to do this knowing that he basically Sabriel also did this to me basically.
Right.
And so
no, totally.
Like almost sort of like instinctively reacting and saying some code word that he wouldn't, like, over the general comms that Sebra wouldn't know what that means. But she would mean, like,
totally,
eject.
So great news. That sounds like insight.
That's good. That's at least 2 dice.
Bad news. I think this is a flashback.
Okay.
I'll let you do this.
Stress. Oh, no.
But you're going to have to give me a stress.
Just one?
Just one, which means, hey, it all comes down to this resist, huh?
Honestly. Oh, golly.
Somehow
Final
we're
roll.
once again in the position of needing to roll a 6.
Okay. I'm resisting with insight. And I have 2 dice. Oh my god. All right.
You got it.
This is the most stressed I've ever been playing Beam Saber. All right, here we go. Just roll high.
Incredible.
Fuck.
Not high enough.
Well, I have a scar now.
But you succeed.
It's true.
So I think the thing that you say is, this code word, and it's dating back to this time when, like, you were up against somebody who was, like, raiding Jacob's Junker's stuff, who did, like, a similar play in terms of, like, grabbing people as they came out of their mechs. And so what she does is she delays it. He thinks that she's going to eject, like, as soon as he bisects, and she waits until, like, the mech is, like, just about to explode to do it, so he misses. And she gets away safe. And in that moment, as you see her get away safe, Azara, the stress that you've been feeling since you saw Sebriel's mech in person, finally, all hits you at once. It's relief, but it is exhausting. Clear your stress and take a scar. Do you know what the scar is?
I'm thinking haunted.
Ooh, that's great.
Because the stress of this, I think seeing Sebriel reminds me of people I couldn't save. And pushing myself over the edge for this scar was a situation where that almost happened again.
Totally.
So I think haunted is my
and
scar
can you
here.
give me Azara's new belief for Sebriel?
Sure. My new belief with Sebriel is Sebriel isn't as composed as they appear to be.
Perfect. And Laren, can you give me your new belief about Tempestia?
Whatever you imagine Tempestia is capable of, she can do more.
Good game. Well done. That's a full success. Y'all did it.
Whew.
It was rough, but you did it. Hey, that's not bad.
That's not bad.
Honestly, all
it's
things
fine.
considered, we accomplished a lot more than I thought we were going to.
No,
Yeah, same.
You did really well.
Fine. I got a scar.
Please, Mr. Red, don't detract more of our funding. Please give us more money.
Thanks for listening to CalazCon. This episode was edited and sound balanced by Christine Blight. You can reach her for voice acting at cvblight@gmail.com. The show's music is by Devin Nelson. You can find them on all social media at Devin Decibel. If you'd like to support CalazCon, you can find us on Patreon at patreon.com/CalazCon. Please tell your friends about the show too. Remember, all glory to Calazar.